How you doing?
Here comes Amberlynn.
Oh girl. Easily, I have lost over 1,000 pounds. Proud of myself. They took my blood. Like, that made me sick. They had to take 7 tubes.
Amberlynn is known for a lot of different personalities. Today, we're going to take a look at her hospital hopping / doctor shopping tendencies. Let's get to know ER-LYNN.
It's day 1 of actually taking my mood stabilizer. I am kind of nervous because the girl said that this could cause a very bad rash that could be deathly. And I'm just like, what? Excuse me? So I am a little scared, but I wanted to take it here with you guys. Here it is, this little itty bitty baby. It is now in my system. I was diagnosed with a bunch of different things, and one of them is I have bipolar disorder. And I figured I did, and it's just kind of crazy to like be actually diagnosed with it. So that is why I am taking this mood stabilizer, because I can't take antidepressants. She said that's actually why antidepressants don't work for me, is because I am bipolar. We're gonna be taking a mood stabilizer, which I've never taken before, and it's not supposed to start actually working until 3 to 6 weeks. So today is day 1. So we did this thing. We are one step closer to a better Amberlynn.
So she will take a pill that causes deathly rashes, but refuses to take blood pressure medication because she might get dizzy? Makes no sense, Gorley.
I am actually about to go to the ER. I only got about 4 hours of sleep, but really don't care. I noticed yesterday, I just feel like everything's falling apart. Like my whole body is just done, and I don't blame it. But yesterday I started noticing a pain / little bit of, I guess you call it maybe puffiness and hardness near my belly button. And my first instinct is hernia. Blood test, pee test. I might get an IV, and they found nothing. The doctor I saw was just like so nonchalant about how much pain I'm in and where it's located. They literally sent me home, really sending me home without a diagnosis.
How dare they not hand out a new diagnosis to her? She said they were nonchalant about everything. Is that the case, or is she just dramatic AF about everything?
I'm gonna go back to the ER. I'm gonna go to a different ER. Hope that they'll help me with this, because like obviously it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Like, it'd be a little bit different if I woke up today and it was like better, or if it was just the same. I probably would just wait to schedule an appointment with my doctor, because that's what I was gonna do. And now the fact that it's getting like worse freaks me out. So I'm gonna go to the ER. I feel like if you go to the ER, you should, you know, get the test done to be the deciding factor of what's wrong with you. Like, you should never leave the ER like, oh, you're fine, you're just in pain in the most weirdest spot ever. Like, it just doesn't make no sense to me. Everyone that I've talked to about this has been like, what? That doesn't make sense. So no, it doesn't at all.
Geez. The ER is for emergencies. Like it's in the name, Goofy. Be grateful that you have a doctor and utilize it. An emergency room hates to see Amberlynn coming.
Hey guys, so if you watched our last vlog, you know that I went to the ER yesterday. Nothing. I left without a diagnosis or anything. Like, literally nothing. So something is obviously not right. I was gonna see my actual doctor, but I kind of can't because it's the weekend. And the ER yesterday said if I get any worse to go back to ER, but I'm not going back to that ER because they just seemed very nonchalant. So I'm gonna go to a different one, and I just hope nothing's like really wrong. We have been at the hospital for literally 10 minutes. We've already seen a nurse and a doctor. This hospital, ER, way better than the one I went to yesterday.
2 seconds later.
I feel like things are still just kind of up in the air. He came back and he told me it might be an infection. Like, nothing is like for sure. He's like, it might be an infection. And he said it might be something that needs to be surgically fixed. And I was just like, what? Like, I don't know. So he put me on 2 antibiotics, and one is a topical and the other one is oral, and I have to do the oral 3 times a day, and I have to do the other one 2 times a day. So that was a pretty penny. So on top of that, I'm like so confused because then another woman comes back and she hands me, because you know how like when you leave a hospital, they give you like papers on what your diagnosis is. She came back with papers about cellulitis, and I was just like, okay, that's weird. And she explained, you know, he's just giving you this just in case this is what it is. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I know from experience everything about cellulitis because I've had it twice. The second time I actually was hospitalized because I was like literally on the verge of death. It was one of the most scarier times of my life.
So having cellulitis twice makes her an expert over doctors and nurses. Someone hand this woman her medical degree already.
And to me, this doesn't really feel like cellulitis because before I couldn't eat. I couldn't even think straight. I had a fever that was like 105. That's when I was hospitalized. I had the chills and all that. And like, I was puking a lot. Like, it was bad. And I don't have any of that. I guess there are certain situations where you don't get all that with cellulitis, but the 2 times I have had it, that has been, you know, what happened. And I don't know. I don't want anything super wrong to be there. Like, I'm scared, and even Becky's scared, and it was so sad. But on the way, like when she was driving, she started crying, and I was just like, babe, what's wrong? And she was just so worried about me that she just started crying, and it was so random. Like, we weren't even talking about anything.
Beck was probably crying because you had them stress the hell out, Amber. I would have been crying too, lugging your ass around from hospital to hospital.
Hello everybody. Some of you probably know this. I was diagnosed with gallstones a little over 2 years ago. To make a long story short, I pretty much had to force the emergency room to take an ultrasound because I knew I had gallstones, but their hearts were set on, oh, you're too young to have gallstones, but I knew I had them. The attacks were horrible. After a couple tests, I was right. It came back that I had gallstones.
Really? I don't think Amber could force anyone to do anything, especially emergency room workers that see and deal with so much shit on the daily. But okay, Amber, keep telling yourself that you did that.
Before I was diagnosed, I actually had a lot of gallbladder attacks, gallstones attacks, whatever you want to call them. The pain is atrocious. When I was diagnosed, the pain completely stopped for 2 years. A lot of the reason why it stopped was because I completely stopped my weight loss journey. I got gallstones because of rapid weight loss. Every time I would lose weight, the attacks would come. Every time I gained weight, the attacks would leave. I was sabotaging my mind so much by gaining weight. I did not want gallstone attacks. The pain was something that I just couldn't bear. This week I have been doing absolutely incredible. I have not been doing this well in a very, very long time. Comes with that is weight loss, and the weight loss is probably happening really, really fast. I haven't weighed myself, so I don't know how fast, and what's happening with that is I am having gallstone attacks again. I'm also having some other symptoms that I don't really feel like sharing. It's really, really, really making me nervous. If your attacks get worse, your gallstones get worse, your gallstone will go into your intestine and it will go to your liver. I do not want that to happen to me, you guys. I literally am terrified.
Something about that sounds off Goral. Also, I hate when she claims she had rapid weight loss. First, she had gallstones because of her rapid weight loss. Then it was sludge in her gallbladder from rapid weight loss. But she's over 500 pounds, so when did this weight loss occur? I must have missed something.
Crystal's about to take me to the ER. I'm insanely nervous. Last time I went, they told me next time I come from gallbladder pain, they're taking my gallbladder out. I just got done doing all kinds of crying because of how nervous I am. Last time I went there, it was like 2 years ago or a little over. I'm scared I'm gonna die on the table. I need to go though. I'm tired of living in fear to lose weight, to be normal again. I'm tired of feeling sick. I'm tired of feeling the pain. I want to lose weight fast. I really, really do. I want to be healthy. For that to happen, I need my gallbladder to come out. The pain I had about 15 minutes ago was absolutely horrible. It does vanish, but then it comes back, and then it leaves, and then it comes back. This sucks so bad. We've been here for like 5 hours now, and I'm just now gonna be seen by the doctor, hopefully.
And it was shaking like a leaf.
I don't know what's gonna happen, so I guess we'll see. They took my blood. Like, that made me sick. For an itch. I've never seen such a thing in my life. 149 over 73. Not shabby. 149 over 73 is actually pretty decent, especially for someone my size. Like, geez. I have no idea what's happening. I just saw like 2 nurses among like the other like 5 people I've seen. Now I have to wait for like the head honcho doctor, and when the nurse left, she's all, I don't know if I should put an IV in you yet. And I like literally started crying when she left the room because I don't know what's happening and I'm really nervous. My blood pressure just was taken again and it's 135 over 82. I always get really worried that my blood pressure is like super high, but I guess it's not. I just got out of the hospital. I'm actually leaving grateful, happy, relieved, and I have a lot more knowledge on my gallbladder and my gallstones. I haven't even eaten half of my calories for today because I barely ate anything all day long. I don't feel like cooking at 1 a.m. Crystal's parents are sleeping and they have to wake up for work super early. They actually have to wake up at 3 a.m. I don't want to be making a bunch of racket downstairs. We're gonna go to IHOP and I'm gonna choose a meal that fits into my calories because I'm not going over. I promised you guys I wouldn't, and I'm still succeeding in that promise.
She was literally just in the hospital talking about how she was terrified of dying on the table, then immediately leaves to go out to eat. Like what? This is not the first or only time we've seen her do this either. She's never going to get serious about taking care of herself.
So it's 7:37 and I want to say about 20 minutes ago I just got really cold with shivers, a little bit of nausea. Like I'm freezing right now. And I'm a little nervous, so I'm just hoping I'm not like getting sick or whatever, but I'm just gonna sit in my room for a bit and try to get as warm as possible. I did take my temperature, but it was only 96.6, which doesn't really make sense because isn't that like low? I don't know, but I'll keep you guys updated. So it's 8:19. I have a heating pad on my lap to help. I took my temperature again, 99.9. If my temperature gets to 102, I think I'm gonna have to go to the ER because it's like, could be anything. Flu, strep throat. I've been having pain in my back, which I talked about last vlog. Like, I just don't know. So right now we're at 100.7 and it's been an hour since the last time I checked it. I'm at the hospital. Look how dry my lips are. I've been trying to drink a lot of water though, but my temperature slowly rose even though I took NyQuil, and my temperature got up to 103.1, which like my brain like felt drunk. It's so weird. Came here and they took my blood. I peed for them. They swabbed my nose. So hopefully we can get this figured out because I feel horrible. So we've been back home for about 9 hours now and I slept. I'm not really going to talk about my diagnosis. Let's just say I'm going to heal with medicine, hopefully. It's not the flu or anything like that, which is kind of bittersweet. I almost wish it was the flu, but it's okay. I feel absolutely miserable. I haven't even changed my clothes because I don't even have like any energy whatsoever. I wish I can enjoy the beautiful snow, but I'm actually going back to the ER. Something else came up. Like I said, I don't know if I want to talk about it, so just hoping for the best. I will say though, the snow falling down feels so good because I've been really hot the last few hours. So they had to prick me 3 different times because they couldn't find a vein, but they finally did. I might be getting some antibiotics.
Typical Amber right there. Makes a whole video about feeling bad and going to the hospital twice, only to end it by saying, I don't really feel like talking about it.